that's our objective, is how can I support my child at home? What can I do? Or what do I need to do? Because I know you came in saying, I don't know, I don't know how to help her. Well, that's what we're gonna help you, or try to help you, because we're just starting. As teachers, we're also learning. I mean, we just, like I said, how many teachers do we have? Maybe 25 of them have just started. I started when the year began, but the rest of the group is just starting. The rest of the district has just started. So they're learning as you are learning as well. So it says, what is happening in the world of math? What is really happening? I mean, I know you guys say it's different from what we taught. What else do you notice that's different? I know some of you have been in the classroom. What do you guys notice?
They have to explain more. Like my daughter with Miss Kissinger, they started to, if they write the answer, she has to write and draw what she says. So it's explaining. For me, it was difficult before because that's how I learned. The French program is we have to explain. And before it was just like the numbers. So my son is very good at doing the numbers, but when he has to explain, he cannot tell you how he went to the answer. He can just do it, but without telling you how.
Right, and if you notice, back in the days we learned it was, we just want them to know it. There's no explanation of why 5 plus 5 is 10. Well, why? We was just, kind of like robots. We're just learning it. No, not now. Now it's, I need you to explain. How did you get that 5 plus 5 was 10? Explain to me. Explain to your partner. So we have a lot of partner sharing or group sharing. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So here it gives us the question of upper grade. And this is the testing that they will have, Smarter Balance Assessment. So this is a little bit trickier because this is for upper grade. So if you look at the questions, it says the two-eyed space creatures, three-eyed space creatures, and four-eyed space creatures are having a contest to create a group with 24 total eyes. And then it says how many two-eyed space creatures are needed to make a group with 24 total eyes. So that's a question that the kids are going to have to answer when they get to upper grade. This is part of our testing that the upper grade will be doing. So these are similar questions that they will have on that Smarter Balance testing. So that's what we're trying to get our kids to do, is to understand how to explain that. And that's just an example of one of the questions, of so many questions.
Are you going to explain this one?
No.
I was writing.
I wish I could, but I can't because it's upper grade. That's why I'm teaching lower grade. We kind of sat in a meeting with Ms. Holtman, and we just kind of looked at each other and said, how could I figure that out? And it's upper grade. Well, I don't teach upper grade, and neither does she. So it was hard for us to come up with the answer. But I think that as teachers, if we had our manual, then we would say, okay, this is how you do it. So, no, I can't explain it to you. You can? See? She would be able to.
24 is going to be the... Je sais pas comment dire. In French, I can tell you that 24, each of them have to find 24. So for the one with the 2 eyes, it's going to be 2 times 12, 24. And for the one with the 3 eyes, you have to find in the table of 3. When do you find the 24? It's 3 times
8. But
8.
Yeah.
And for the one with 4, it's going to be the same. You have to find in the table of 4, where do you find 24? And at the end, like that's how I
wrote it down. I thought it was a total of 24 eyes. It's not a total at the end.
No, it says how many two-eyed space creatures are needed to make a group with 24 total eyes. So how many of the two-eyed space creatures, how many of these would we need to make a group with 24 total eyes?
Oh, that's
So
why
it's
it's so
really-
confusing, because I threw all that other in like that last one.
Well, and like we talked, it has to be step by step.
Yes.
If we try to, for me, I look at that problem and I just want to find the answer. Well, it's not going to happen that way. I need to break it down for myself. If I, Right, right. But the kids don't know process of elimination, and that's something that we need to teach as well, because they just want to get the answer and be over. I mean, how many of our kids do that? I have a 17-year-old who wants to do that. He just wants to get the answer and he's done. So these are some of the questions that you'll see like on a test for upper grade.